My Scary Story, based on the movie Jurassic World, by Vivian K. October 31st, 2016, Mrs. Ray. Now, before we get started with this scary story, I want to get some things straight. Two things. First, a little glossary, because in the year 3012, everything's not going to be the same as the 2000s. An updated plane is called a Hover 2000. An updated car is called a Hover 2000. An updated plane is called an OW plane, which stands for Optimistic Wonder Plane. Secondly, with the four main characters in this story, it was never safe to have an amusement park around near those kids. I mean, they would go on every ride possible. Even little August, who was only 6, oh wait, that was last year, 7, would try to go on all the rides that he could. They've been to about every amusement park you could think of. Six Flags, Lee Compound, Squawsy, and Hershey Park. Now that you know a little bit about the characters, we can start the scary story. Read on, if you dare. The OW plane left the ground as Xavier, Carmen, Abby, and August dropped in their seatbelts. Xavier is 21 years old, and he had just got out of college with a degree in animals and the environment, so he wanted to show his sister Carmen and their friends Abby and August cool dinosaurs that were actually made by mixing different dinosaurs' DNA. They were going to a dinosaur park. Xavier and Carmen's grandma worked in the control room there. 2 hours later, finally, after vicious vomiting by the old lady next to them, the flight was over. The OW plane landed, and everybody rushed to get out and rent the best Hover 2000. Little August got to pick the Hover 2000, and the manager thought he was so cute that he got a junior manager sticker. But I don't think any kid would dream of becoming a manager. Hey guys, look! Abby said after 10 minutes in the Hover 2000. OMG, Carmen said. In front of them was a huge, gigantic, roundish-shaped building, and on the other side was a billboard that said, "Welcome to Jurassic World." Well, guys, here we are. What do you say? You want to check it out? Xavier had said it like he worked there his whole life. Yeah, Carmen said, obviously. Come on, let's go then, August said. A huge gate opened, and the lady's voice on record said, "Welcome to Jurassic World." A man in a bright blue hat walked over to them, and without a word escorted them to their grandma in the control room. They sensed that this guy was a little creepy. After he had brought him to safety, he disappeared into a different room. So you know, Jurassic World movie and everything. So Claire, Xavier, and Carmen's grandma owns the place. "Hi, Grandma," Carmen said cheerfully. "Hi, honey. Welcome to Jurassic World," Claire responded. "I have some important work to do, so you guys want to check into the hotel room and go explore?" "That sounds great. Thanks, Mrs. Claire," Abby said. They settled into their room and started their adventure. First, they went on a roller coaster ride that August almost flew off of. "Can we go on the tour now?" Carmen said. "It's something a little slower, and I totally regret having those French fries before going on that roller coaster." "We should go see the sea monster come in and eat the shark," Abby said excitedly. "Come on, Carmen, we'll go on the tour after," Xavier said. "Plus, we gotta get the good seats for the show." "Come on, let's go then," August said. "Oh my gosh," Abby said as the massive animal leaped out of the water. "This is probably better than the tour." "Oh yeah," August said with a grin. "This is epic." "Do we want the tour now?" Carmen said, a little irritated. "Yeah, I kind of want to go on the tour too," August agreed. "Alright, fine, but after the tour we're going to the water park." "Alright, fine, but after the tour we're going on the water park." Xavier's voice trailed off. Carmen, August, and Abby turned as they noticed a bright light out of the corner of their eyes and heard an evil, laughing voice. "Guys, get to the hotel. Go!" Xavier screamed. Some people who didn't see the light were confused, but Carmen, Xavier, Abby, and August knew. There was going to be an explosion, and it was going to happen fast. They ran to the lobby and didn't even bother to sign in. They sprinted past the elevator, but Carmen stopped them. "Guys, the stairs aren't fast enough." "Yeah, but the elevator is right next to the outside of the building. You guys are going to get smashed by the explosion." Abby said. Guys, let's just worry about getting up there. Xavier yelled. Take every way you want. Xavier, it's your fault we're even here, Einstein. Now we're all gonna die because of you. Carmen screamed. Zippy, you cryberry, baby, Xavier said in anger. Carmen and August took the elevator, while Abby and Xavier took the stairs. Luckily, both sides got up safely. All of them came up panting and coughing, and each plopped down on a bed. Then, boom! The blast shook their hotel. Hey, wait a second. We're in here while the world outside is falling apart. Gotta do something to help, Carmen said. What do you expect us to do? Abby asked. Beats me, but first we should definitely find out what that explosion was all about, Xavier said. So they raced back downstairs and pushed open the doors. They stared in awe as Jurassic World's visitors ran wild. Thump. 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 Guys, did you just hear that? Abby whispered to the side. Yeah, we're not grandmas. We don't need hearing aids. August said to her. I wasn't talking to you, Abby whispered, but it wasn't much of a whisper. It was more like a shouting whisper. All four of them turned around, but as soon as they turned, Carmen gave a sharp scream. There before them was a slimy, green, gigantic dinosaur. But it wasn't just a dinosaur. It was half dinosaur, half monster, with red eyes and huge fangs. They started to sprint out of there. Who did this? Who turned the dinosaurs into monsters? Augie screamed. I don't know, but we can't run. We just can't let Jurassic World get destroyed, Carmen screamed. The dinosaur roared. Oh, yes, we can. Change the plans, guys, Xavier yelled. They ducked into the alley, and tears came to Augie's eyes. Are we ever going to see Mommy and Daddy again? Augie said in horror. Don't worry about that right now. Let's just get up to Gramps. Come on, follow my lead, Abby whispered. They snuck out of the alley with Xavier ahead, but right as they turned the corner, "Roar!" The dinosaur howled, but except it wasn't trying to scare them. It was trying to threaten the monster that was behind them. Nobody make a sound, Abby whispered. Ah! August screamed. The two monsters strutted towards them from both directions. Guys, let's get out of here, Augie stuttered. And how do you expect us to do that? Xavier asked. August, do you still have those Cheetos you had on the plane? Carmen asked. Why do you want my Cheetos? August asked. Never mind, Carmen barked back. The monster edged closer to them. A mix of sweat and tears trickled down their faces. They had never noticed, but a man was sitting in the body of the bigger dinosaur, as if he was driving it. Looks like the exact same guy that restored us to Gramps. Remember that blue hat guy? Abby shouted. You think you could hear us through the glass? She asked with a sheepish look on her face. I hope not, Carmen whispered to make a point. Xavier looked around for anything helpful. He spotted an old golf cart. Even though it wasn't a Hover 2000, how hard could it be driving a cart that just wasn't updated? Guys, on the count of 3, we all stand up and sprint to the golf cart. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Are you kidding? It would take a miracle to get that rust bucket started. But they all ran anyway. The engine made a rebel and started up. Well, hallelujah, Abby praised, but the dinosaur monsters chased after them. We should get to the control room where Grandma is and hide there, Abby said. No, we need to go on the tour. Carmen's face suddenly brightened. She was determined to have a good time. What for? She asked herself out loud. They jumped out of the golf cart and raced towards the tour bubble carts. Carmen and August hopped in one, and Abby and Xavier hopped in another. They pressed the speed button and all raced down the hill. Ah! They all screamed. They got into the no-go zone for dinosaurs and were so relieved because the dinosaurs were not allowed in there. Well, at least we're safe now, Abby said. Thump. 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 Guys, are you sure this is some no-go zone for dinosaurs? August asked, unsure. Crack. Smash! Dinosaur! I'm gonna have to regret those victorious words of wisdom that I said. We're safe. Ah! August, he's going for your pocket, Abby said. No! August screamed. They got my bag of Cheetos. They got my bag of Cheetos? Wait, what? That's all they wanted this whole time? They climbed out of the tour bubble and saw red, white, and blue flashing lights. Then their grandma came running over, still in her dressy work clothes. I mean, sometimes she could be a little weird. I mean, there would be a tragic incident, but she would keep the fashion going on. Kids, are you hurt? Are you okay? What happened out there? Did you get any injuries? She questioned. Grandma, we're fine. Calm down. It's all good. It's okay. Carmen reassured her. They walked up to the employee stairs only, and they came to where the police cars were parked. Who was that guy who turned all the dinosaurs into monsters? Xavier asked. Well, Mrs. Clare hesitated. He was a new employee at the park, and he seemed suspicious from the start. They said his name was Mr. Winston, and he seemed really nice, and he did a good job of being a different person than he was. He tricked us, and he's really just a very, very greedy man. He put a formula on the dinosaurs. She stopped quickly. Ah! Please don't tell me there's another dinosaur behind us, Carmen asked. Come on, just run. You know the drill, Xavier said. Abby stopped. Guys, I'll go try to switch the formula back to its original ingredients. Okay, just be careful, Mrs. Clare said nervously. They raced down the employee staircase and into the field. The dinosaurs shrieked at them and nudged over a huge crate that swished around their heads many times. What's happening? Augie screamed. I don't know. Ah, they all shrieked. The switching made them dizzy, and then everything went black. Carmen, Xavier, August, and Mrs. Clare stood up and saw a figure racing towards them. It was Abby. She'd done it. She turned everything back to normal. The dinosaurs were lounging like nothing ever happened, and the visitors were all there. Abby! Carmen yelled. And all of a sudden, they started to ask questions. How did you turn everything back? August said, seeming a little jealous. Well, Mr. Winston, I guess, didn't really think that anyone was going to stop him, so he didn't come up with a backup plan. Let's just say it was easy to get into the lab, Abby said. So I guess the visitors got turned back too. They don't think anything happened, Xavier remarked. Apparently, Carmen said. Come on, guys, we should rise and rise while we can. You guys only got one more day here, Mrs. Clare asked. Now can we go on the tour for real? Carmen asked. No! The end. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed my scary story.